What's up guys, Billy here, and today I'm going to walk you through my workflow when editing drone movies. By drone movies, I simply mean compiling footage together and editing it to some music. If you want to see some examples, I'll put a link to a playlist of all of my drone movies in the description. I haven't made one of these in a while, but I haven't really gotten the chance to travel ever since I started college. Once summer rolls around, I hope to make this a weekly thing. For each video, I have a mental checklist that I follow, and it allows me to produce something that I'm really proud of. Hopefully you guys can take a few tips away from this video and implement it into your workflow to not only increase the quality of your videos, but also boost your efficiency in post-production. As I walk through these steps, I'm not going to go completely in depth, as I could be here forever, but I am going to walk you through my process. If you'd like to see any of these steps worked out, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to take a look at those a little bit later. Now without wasting any more time, let's jump into it. The first thing we want to do is think of a place or subject to film. This is probably one of the more important things as you want to keep your audience entertained. Many people post videos of them flying around in their backyard, and while that's cool, it certainly does get old after a while. Create a note in your phone and start jotting down different places near your home that you like to fly your drone. When you get some free time to fly, you'll already be one step ahead, as now you don't have to think of different places to go. Even if it seems a little boring to you, it could just be because you're so numb to seeing it. Others might find that subject very fascinating and very interesting, especially from the perspective of a drone. After you have a certain place in mind, it's time to shoot the footage. Remember to always fly for as long as possible, using up all of your batteries to get as much footage as possible. Also take certain shots multiple times so that if you don't like how one turned out, you'll always have another option. Before we begin editing our video, we need to find some music, and don't overlook this step, as music can either make or break your video. I always take a long time during this process to find a song that really fits the footage. The three sources I would recommend are Suicide Sheep, Check Vibe Sound, and No Copyright Sounds. These are all YouTube channels and frequently upload music that is uncopyrighted. Some of the songs may be copyrighted, so you do want to make sure you do some research if you plan on monetizing your videos. A method I use to check if music is copyrighted or not is by simply uploading the song to YouTube in its raw format and wait a few minutes to see if a claim was put out for it. You never want to finish editing a video and then find out that the song is copyrighted. Trust me, that really does suck. And now that we have all of our footage as well as the song we want to use, we want to organize it all into one place to make finding everything really easy. I usually always have one folder titled Projects that is sectioned off into 3 different categories: In Progress, Ready to Upload, and Uploaded. In my In Progress folder, I create another folder with the title of my project. In this case, for my example, I'll be recreating my steel mill video. We're going to want to go and take our footage off of the SD card, and then from there, make sure that we go ahead and find out where that saved music is. It could be in your downloads folder if you're downloading it off of the internet. After we have all of our files in one place, we can open up our video editing software. I use Final Cut Pro, but during this process, I'll try to make everything very broad, including features that most editing softwares include, whether using iMovie or Adobe Premiere Pro. We want to begin by starting a new event specifically for our project. We don't want to mix clips with other things that we may be working on. Along with starting a new event, we want to begin a new project. Always match these settings accordingly to what resolution and frame rate you shot in and plan to export in. In my case, I want to render these out in 4K at 30 frames per second, so it'll be uploaded in these settings. Once we have made our new event and project, we want to first add our music. This will be the base layer of our video. Once our music has been added, give it a listen through so we can get a general feel for the beat. Once we're done getting a feel for that beat, go through and listen to the whole thing while placing markers on a specific beat that you want to cut your shots at. Once you have placed your markers, cut the music down to the specific length that you want to use. Usually around a minute to a minute and a half is good to keep it short and sweet. Now that we have our music laid out, we can begin to place our footage over top. Editing a video all depends on the song, so I'm not going to go in depth, but I will say that you want to make sure your clips are some of your best shots to ensure there are no dull moments. And let me put some of these clips together and I'll be back with you guys in a few seconds. So here we are, I have my clips placed in. It's not the longest video, but as I said, this is just an example. Now that we're finished with our editing, we want to add some color correction. As I said, I'm not going to go in depth about this specific topic, but I do have several videos in the works showing you guys how to color correct profiles like none or D-Log when shooting with the Phantom 4 Pro or Mavic Pro. Adding color correction is super simple in Final Cut Pro. All I have to do is choose my saved preset and tweak it a little bit to go with the current shots. Once the video is primarily finished as far as editing goes, adding the clips, music, as well as color correction, I'll give it a look through probably 2 or 4 times because of the length of this video and make sure that there are no errors. I usually try to check to make sure that all of the music and clips are synced up together so I have a perfect transition. Once we've made any small adjustments that we need to, we can finally export the video. Always make sure that the video is exported to the same folder that all of the clips are in. As I said, we always want to try to stay organized during this whole process to make sure we don't lose any files or videos. Once the video is finished exporting, we want to go ahead and check for any more errors. I usually watch it again another 2 to 4 times and just make sure that everything looks good. For some reason, sometimes in Final Cut Pro the video can lag and skip a little bit, thus giving me a false representation of what the video actually looks like. So I'll go ahead and do another check to watch the full video file that was exported. If you found any little errors in your video, it's always best to go back, fix them, and re-export them, just so that you're not uploading a video that has these little errors that might drive you nuts and you may wish that you fixed in the long run. Once everything looks good, we can go over to YouTube and hit the upload button. Usually I'll choose my videos to be scheduled to be uploaded about an hour after I begin the whole uploading process, just to give it some time to fully go through its processing stage, as I know that sometimes 4K footage can take a long time to fully process on YouTube. While the video is uploading, I'll create a thumbnail using Photoshop. This is a step that is optional, as thumbnails aren't really all that necessary, but can draw more attention to your video. For drone movies, I will usually find the best frame from my video and use that as the thumbnail. In Final Cut Pro, there's actually a way to save the current frame. I usually do that way, but if you guys don't have Final Cut Pro, you can always just take a screenshot. That works just as well. Now I have a PSD template that I use to get a good starting point for my thumbnails. Placing the image with my logo as an overlay looks really good, but from here I can add text to it as well. This text shouldn't be very long, making it nice and short just to grab the attention of someone scrolling through YouTube. Once both the video and thumbnail have been made and uploaded, it's time to set the title as well as the description. Make sure that it's something catchy, and make sure there's no misspellings, as that really can deter people from watching. Once the video has finally finished processing, the title's been set, the description has been set, and the thumbnail has been uploaded, go ahead and watch it one last time to check for any errors. If everything looks good to you, sit back, relax, and wait for that time to come that you set the video to go live at. And there you guys have it. That pretty much wraps it up as far as my workflow for editing drone movies. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I have been trying to upload daily. Also leave a comment down below if you want to see any of these steps worked out. I know you guys do want to see a lot of color correction tutorials. Don't worry, those will be coming in the future. As I said, I did just get the new update for Final Cut Pro finally, so bear with me. They will be coming soon. I'm going to let that little clip finish out this video, as I don't want to let it go to waste. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. So guys, as I said, this video is coming to an end, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.